Walk into any supermarket, and you are surrounded by thousands of choices. Row after row of competing brands fight for your attention, leaving you with the impression that your purchasing decisions drive the entire market. This chart tracks the profit from those choices as it moves past the store shelf. Whether you buy from Apple or Microsoft, Coke or Pepsi, Pfizer or Johnson & Johnson, the dividends follow the same path up the corporate ladder into the hands of a few institutional shareholders. Those shareholders are BlackRock and Vanguard. Between them, these two firms manage roughly $20 trillion in assets. To put that in perspective, this single pool of capital exceeds the gross domestic product of nearly every nation on Earth, providing these firms with more financial leverage than entire continents. The variety on the store shelf serves as a facade for a high-level concentration of wealth, where the final profit from almost every transaction eventually funnels into the same collective vault. This ownership functions as a self-referential loop. Vanguard holds a controlling stake in BlackRock, while Vanguard itself is owned by its own internal funds. This structure keeps the identity of individual beneficiaries hidden behind layers of institutional management. The daily management of these trillions is handled by a proprietary supercomputer and software network known as Aladdin. While the public image of Wall Street still involves shouting brokers on a crowded floor, those scenes are now historical relics. Human intuition has been largely replaced by Aladdin's algorithmic risk assessment. Aladdin processes the data for tens of trillions of dollars every day. It provides the risk analytics that global banks, pensions, and insurers use to decide exactly where to move their capital. When the world's most critical financial institutions all rely on the same server for guidance, their behavior synchronizes. This centralization creates a system where a single algorithm effectively coordinates the movement of global capital. Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, translates this financial weight into global policy. He has shifted the firm's role from a passive manager of wealth into an active participant in global governance. Every year, Fink issues a letter to the heads of the world's largest companies. This document functions as an annual mandate, outlining the specific corporate behaviors BlackRock expects to see in exchange for its continued investment. The primary tool for this is ESG, the Environmental, Social, and Governance Framework. This is a list of compliance standards that corporations must adopt to remain in the Big Two portfolio. BlackRock enforces these standards by exercising its voting rights as a majority shareholder. If a corporate board resists these cultural or operational shifts, BlackRock uses its proxy power to remove those directors and replace them with more compliant leadership. This mechanism allows a single firm to bypass the democratic process and force massive social and operational changes across the entire corporate landscape. The effects of this concentration reach past the stock market and into local neighborhoods. The current phase involves the direct acquisition of physical assets. Institutional investors, supported by the massive capital of the Big Two, are systematically entering the residential market to purchase single-family homes. Individual families searching for a home are forced to outbid a trillion-dollar algorithm that prioritizes long-term rental yields over a local buyer's ability to secure a mortgage. By pulling these properties off the market, these firms are converting residential neighborhoods into a permanent landscape of rental housing owned by distant corporations. This aligns with the World Economic Forum's vision of a future where you will own nothing. This is not a social theory, but a business model currently being executed by the world's largest asset managers. When you look past the supermarket logos and the for sale signs, you can see the architecture of a system designed to gradually transition all private ownership into a single corporate managed loop.